Hi everybody, welcome back. It never fails. I'm not here to slap on makeup and look pretty for you and say, oh, I want you just to listen to what I have to say about Walmart. I'm going to be brutal, but I'm going to be honest. I do not hate people at Walmart. I don't hate those people working there. I don't hate the managers. I don't hate the team leaders. I don't hate anybody. I think what is sad is people are being brainwashed into believing that that's how you run a corporation, and you don't, okay? It's hurting everybody in general, okay? And I did not, like I said, I did not come there to work there because I'm jumping up and down, yippee, yippee, I'm working at Walmart. No, that's not it. You leave a country that's shoved you under the bus, which is Australia and communism, and then you come here hoping to, try to work in a Walmart knowing that you're thinking, okay, I've got the Second Amendment, I've got the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion. And they paint it like that, right? But then they pull that carpet away from you. They just pull the carpet from your feet and say, you will do what I say. You will get your breaks, you will get your lunch when we tell you to. So when you first start out, they weren't like that. It was like, okay, you have 2 breaks, you have a lunch. Your lunch is not paid, but your breaks are paid. But then when the heat's being applied, you don't get your breaks in your lunch like you need to get them. And sometimes you don't get a break. Sometimes I get a lunch if I was lucky. Since when do you, for seniors my age, 50 years older, okay, and older, not saying we can't do the work because we're so old we can't do it. No, actually there's a lot of us seniors that can run circles around these young people that just don't want to do nothing but stand on Facebook all day and play on it. Or play, Fortnite. I'm saying it's brutally honest, okay? But you will have us work the day shift, and then you'll tell us we have to do Cap 2. Why? Why is that? That's because there's not enough people on the floor, but they'll lead you to believe that you're part of the team, but we're not. Now, I didn't come on here to create trouble. I want Walmart to be successful, and I think it has to do with who is running the Walmart. Do all Walmarts do this? This is really shocking if it is, okay? And it terrifies me to see that we've come to this point that people do not want to run a retail store with respect to Americans, okay? People that's come here, and the sad part is people that are coming here and that are vetted, like my husband, that came from Australia, now all of a sudden you're considered the troublemakers. I don't get that. But, and we come here because we are taking, and here's another thing, and I'm going to be brutally honest, okay? For Christy, that continued to spy on me, but you would not come up to my face and talk to me personally. I'm not a kid, I'm almost 60 years old here. And this, I got to go tattle and see something, say something. That whole teaching of see something, say something is, to be brutally honest, it teaches you socialism. It teaches you that it doesn't matter what you see, you say something. But they don't use logic. Well, here's some logic, okay? They said I was on my phone, and I got a phone call from my sister, and she said that Mom and Dad snuck out with the car. He has Alzheimer's. Now, I want you to think about Joe Biden and all the crap he's putting people through, right? And there's my mother, and she's in the car with my dad, and my dad is forgetting where he went, okay? That is my personal business. So then they yank me in the back, and they say, well, we need to have a talk with you. We have timed you being on your phone for 10 minutes. Well, let me ask you, why the hell are you timing me? What is this? We walk inside of Walmart and you put the jacket on. You might as well put an orange jacket. You change the collars, make them orange, put some numbers on the back, and and that's what we are. We're like slaves to the system. And what ticks me off is you try to go in there with the right intention to do the right thing, but the more you give them an inch, the more they take a mile. And the more that it's like one woman told me, the more you do, Deb, the more they're going to want of you. They really think you're a robot. You got to work faster. But it's not efficient. We've got team leaders that are going in 6, 7, 8 different directions, telling you to do something. Another person walks off the floor and clocks out, and they're telling you to do something else. There's no consistency. And then the audacity. You're taking pictures of the back of the store, and there's safety hazards there. That's liability for the store. But then they'll clean it all up and take a picture and say, see, it's nice and it's neat. But it ain't nice and neat. We have to walk sideways. You know the movie Big Hero 6 with the big fat marshmallow and he has to walk sideways? Yeah, it was like that. Okay? And the fact that they will put those pallets they'll put them on the floor with all those boxes. Please tell me what is the logic behind putting pallets that are way over top of your head you can't reach? Now listen to this for a minute, okay? So these pallets are way over your head, and then here's the trick. You're not allowed to stand on the wooden pallet to get those boxes off. Well, I guess if you're not allowed to stand on the wooden pallet to get the boxes off, then we don't take the boxes out, then, don't we? That should be the ideal answer to Cap 2. Because logic has always told me, that even working in a Meijer, we did not stack up boxes up so high they will almost fall on the customers. But they continue to do that. And then they throw boxes that don't even belong there, and then they wrap them up, and they expect you to take a person that is 5'7" or maybe a little bit taller than me, even a woman, and you got to go up there, rip those boxes, with that box knife, and all that crap comes falling down like a Jenga tower. That's the truth, the brutal, honest truth. And luckily I was only working in shoes, and that's kind of, the boxes weren't so heavy. But what if that was electronics? How about if it was dog food? Anything, okay? But nope, we're just going to continue to do that. And please explain to me, why is it that usually when you look on the outside of a box and they tell you about a kind of tennis shoes that's supposed to be in there, how come it's never the same tennis shoes? Why is it 15 different kinds of tennis shoes and the box says that that's the kind of tennis shoes it is? Same with clothes. Made in China, right? Precise. What is going on? People are just so confused that they do not see what is coming. To be brutally honest, I wasn't feeling safe there. I really wasn't. After a while, I was starting to even feel paranoid, like, why is it that we have cameras watching us? And at first I thought, no, they're watching the customers. They're not. They're watching you. They're watching you. And security is supposed to be there to stop, stock loss. It used to be called loss prevention a long time ago. And they were watching the customers, making sure they didn't lift things out of the store. Nope, it's not that now. Now we watch the employers. The paranoia is so bad at a Walmart that it almost leads them to believe they're going to go crazy. I think that the seniors are being mistreated. And it breaks my heart to see women that are even older than me. They stay there because they want the benefits, as crappy as they are. We will not go into that discussion. But they're afraid. They're afraid they won't be able to get their medications and they want their 401k. You might as well say that's pretty much out the window, isn't it, right now? I can't see how it continues to go on. And for me personally, like I said, I don't have anything. I don't have a personal grudge against one certain person. But when you have people that they don't think to come up to your face and, in other words, they go behind your back. They will not direct it to your face and say, hey, what's the problem? But they'll think the worst of you. They will really believe that you've been on your phone for 10 minutes. Well, maybe there's a reason why. You're just, I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm going to be on there for 10 minutes and I got to go around the corner so nobody sees me. Well, there's cameras everywhere. Quit it. There's cameras in the bathroom. There's cameras outside. Is there cameras in the toilets too? Because let me tell you what, there's cameras in the toilets over there in Queensland. Yeah. So, what this constant invasion of privacy it's out the door. You can't even use the toilet without them timing you. Where are you at? Why are you off the floor? You want to know why? Because then they get the heat because you're not there, and you could be in the toilet, you could be trying to get a drink of water, taking your break, but they treat you like 5-year-olds. Why? Why do they treat you like 5-year-olds when you are in your 60s? These little head games, these people are making the name Walmart to look like an outside camp of prison. And I won't work there. They wanted to offer me benefits, and we really need the help, but I'm not going to be a charity case. I won't do it. They've ripped off me and my husband trying to get immigration cleared out, and when his visa expired, nope, can't help you, but they'll take your money, right? So here we sit, and I'm working for both of us. And he is a carpenter that has been retired for 38 years. For 38 years, he's worked, and now he's retired. And here he sits. He's depressed. He's upset. We're going paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck, right? I don't understand it. I don't understand why people, they're about themselves. They're not about helping other people. I'm grateful for the time where I have been allowed to stay, but I see a lot of selfishness. I see people seeing that, okay, spring's coming up. We got to go camping. It's really glamping. I really, honestly, they don't put themselves in other people's shoes, fleeing a country, leaving their homes. Their houses have been bombed. Their children are being killed. And we sat here in complacency thinking, oh, that's not my department. I can't do that. And all this talk about love and rainbows and equality. Are you kidding me? It's not there. That's not the type of agape or the type of love that we are to share to one another. When you truly love someone, when you're a parent and your child is running out to the street, you just go, come on, Johnny, get back here, be a little good boy, come on, you get hit by that bus. No, you go out there and you grab him and you pull him back in. I said, I told you that you could get hit by a car, and then you whack him on the butt. But now you don't say nothing to these entitled people. You say nothing to them. So when you're a young person and there's other young people that's got the powerhouse to put the Superman jacket on is what I call it, then, they will take that and abuse it. So much for Walmart pride. It's really gone, to their head. And there's people that's being so abused by the system that it's hurting everybody. It's not just hurting the employers, it's hurting the team leaders. I've talked to so many team leaders that said, wow, I wish I could have another week off of vacation just to get away. And then I hear team leaders saying, I'm about ready to walk out the door. And then I wonder what the managers really think. I don't really get to talk to managers. They have got the ultimate decision to coordinate these team leaders and where they need to go, and then they're going in 6 different directions. It's a crazy mess. And I bet they're getting the heat too. So this is a trickle-down effect. And there's people that are going to continue to just be slaves to the system until they speak up. And yeah, it cost me my job, to the point that, I had to walk out. I worked for Meyer, and I've never seen such a disaster than I've seen in my life. And don't think that just because you fix something up and take a picture of it, that's makes everything perfect. Because it's like covering. You're covering what you do when you truly know that that's a mess back there, okay? You can't cover it up. I've seen people do this. And then why do you walk off and you go away to another state because you can't take the heat, but we got to take care of the We got to take care of the boxes that are ready to fall over top of us. We're working our butts off, low pay, and then you're going on vacation. Bye. Can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen, right? Yeah, exactly. Don't give me this, you have compassion. You don't understand. You know, we weren't just born yesterday, but they think us baby boomers are stupid. They really do. They think that we are dispensable. I know a lot of older people that work at Walmart, and they don't get the credit for how many years they've been there. People been there 5, 10, 15, 25 years. And they're slaves to the system. And they tell you, if you step on that pallet, you're going to get fired. Well, you tell me what I'm supposed to do then. Am I supposed to just take a chance and try to step on it and try to get that? Because you know what? You can't lean over when you got a 13 to 15 foot high Jenga tower. It's ready to fall over into your face. Now, I showed you the video. It wasn't because I'm spying on them. It's because that's the brutal truth. And they don't want to stop this. They continue this way. They think, oh, once we get the audit out of the way, it will not be that way. But the longer that you have people in there that don't give a damn about Walmart, and they don't care about it, and it's not the way it used to be like Sam Walton had it. No, it's not that way no more. It's called every man for themselves. It blows my mind. You know, just stick it out a little bit longer, Debbie. We'll see about transferring you. Well, why transfer me when the whole system's broken? I walked out. And then you have security acting like RoboCops telling you to get back in the store. Well, you are not a cop, okay? You're security. It doesn't matter. You know, they will push people off the limit that they're jumping up on a counter and they're screaming obscenities because they've had enough, okay? I'm not saying it's right. It's not, because they put up with it and the pressure's applied and it's gone on for 5 years, you know? So what are you supposed to do about that? But people have had enough, and they don't want you to go out in the open and have a confrontation because they want to make it look like it's a wholesome family store. But it's not. You are better off going to an Aldi's or going to Kroger's or going anywhere than to a Walmart, because the more that you support the nonsense, the more that it continues. And until they're willing to look at what they're doing wrong and to put people that genuinely care about people, and we're not talking about an equality thing, we're talking about people that genuinely want to work there, not because of the pay, but because they truly care about people. It's like putting people in a position to be nurses, but yet they really don't like the people. Nope, but I love that paycheck. And I'll use and abuse you, and then I'll walk away and I'll just thumb through my cash. This is society, self-entitled. And I've had enough of it. So I'll just go back and live in my piddly 30-foot camper. But you know what? At least it's mine. I paid for it. I didn't get a loan for it. I wasn't, trying to do DoorDash or doing other things, trying to get money, online to get it. No, I paid for it myself. Me and my husband, it came out of our bank account, and, we are not beholden to the system. So I don't care if we have to go out and start all over again and build a garden and sell fruits and vegetables. Just start all over. That's what we'll do. I will not be beholden to the system. I don't care if you give me $79 in food stamps. Do you honestly think that people can survive off $79 when it takes us two people, when we go into a store, close to $150 to $200 a week for groceries, if not more, depending if you have to get dog food and sundries and gas. So think about that, You don't know what you got till it's gone. And just because you do remodeling and the nonsense, just what they did with the remodeling of the floor and then pulling up that tile, and all that dust went everywhere. And thank God we had masks on, because that was during COVID-19, right? People had, respiratory issues. People had massive migraines. But do people care? The answer is no. There's an old saying, you need to clean up the inside before you take a look at the outside. And Walmart needs to clean up the inside desperately. Don't be deceived by the outside. It looks great, doesn't it? Walmart, it's for everybody. No. Clean up the inside before people can say something about the outside. That's from the good book, If you genuinely love people, I think they really hate people that that show that love. What has gone on? Why are so people into themselves and the fact that they can't see that they're only hurting themselves in the end? I think Walmarts are a dime a dozen now. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And it doesn't matter if technology comes in. You know what? If you don't have a firm foundation, it won't stand. These other retail stores, you know why they're still standing? Because they love God and country. You know, they're not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus. They're not ashamed to express themselves. And they're not out there to just, you know, because they're, quote, Trump supporters. That had nothing to do with it at all. It's the fact that they love God and country. They trust in a God that wants to bless this country. But you know what? People that run Walmarts are like, you know, we don't trust in God. We trust in ourselves. And we trust in our corporation. And we'll build, you know, it's almost like in the book of Isaiah. We'll build back bigger. Build back? Whoa, that sounds like Biden, doesn't it? We'll build back bigger and better. But guess what happens? It falls to the ground. Every time. But they don't learn from history. And you know, there's a time and a place for everything. And I want to encourage Christians, pray about it. And you'll know when it's time to go. You will know. And yeah, it's going to hurt because, you know, I think about the people that I've laughed with, helped them put their shoes on, helped them, you know, fix their watch because they had 2 forms of arthritis because the young people were saying, well, that's not my department. Okay? I'm not saying they're all doing it. I'm saying there's a lot of young people and even older people that do it. But that's the way the system is rolling right now. And Walmart is broken. What's with the flashing on and off of the lights and electric? It's like they purposely dim the lights so that you need to get used to being in the dark. I'm not a child of the darkness. I'm a child of the light. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Where is this going to take me? I have no idea. All I know is I trust in the Lord. I won't lean on my own understanding. I will acknowledge him in all my ways. And he'll direct my path. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you are inspired by the fact that God does give you purpose. It's in Jeremiah 29. And if you don't really realize that, then people like Walmart will use you. Bye, Hans.